All right, thanks, Brigida. Now on Bounce, going to see lows in the 20s every night this week, and we want to help make sure our seniors are comfortable at home. Tonight we have Diane Bobbitt from Right at Home, a home care franchise, to give us some good reminders on keeping our elderly family members safe and snug during extreme temperatures. Thanks for being here. We certainly appreciate you coming out tonight.
Oh, it's my pleasure.
The first thing we should do is make sure it's warm indoors. That's kind of blown over, but that's an important thing, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And seniors can really help their cause, too, by dressing warmly inside. Some folks are concerned about spending too much money on heating, but you don't want to compromise on something like that, especially when the temperatures get really frigid. But certainly dressing in layers really helps.
And we find that to be a problem. You've found that to be a problem.
Yes, yeah, it has. They need to dress in layers just like we need to dress in layers, but they also have some special considerations. One is sometimes being concerned about cost of the heating, and some people will supplement with heating blankets at night or space heaters, and they need to make sure that those devices are current. Just because it still works does not mean it's still safe.
Okay.
The technology has changed a lot, and space heaters have gotten very safe in the past several years, and they need to be a current model.
All right, and what temperature should the thermostat be set on?
Whatever makes them feel comfortable. Usually people are most comfortable around 68 to 70. But as we age, we lose some of the fat that's below our skin. It's our little blanket, and they can become colder more quickly, especially on their hands and feet.
Okay, so we've talked indoors. Let's go outdoors. Slick conditions, that can also be a problem, correct?
Yeah, that's the number one way that seniors injure themselves outside the house, is slipping and falling on ice. So the meal can wait till tomorrow. If you're having trouble getting out of the house, call a relative or a neighbor to come help with the ice, if there is ice out there. But you need to make some smart decisions about whether it's really important to go out.
Yeah, that's bad conditions for just everybody, but especially seniors who are walking a little feeble sometimes. It can be very tough. Now, what about wearing appropriate outdoor clothing?
Yes, definitely need to have slip-resistant shoes on, regular boots, tennis shoes with some tread on them, a hat. Your mother was right that most of the heat escapes to the top of your head, so you want to wear a hat.
And water is important. I wouldn't have thought about this when I saw the segment, keeping hydrated.
Yeah, that just helps everything work better. You feel better. Sometimes folks just don't drink enough water. You can feel tired if you don't get enough water.
I can certainly raise my hand. I know sometimes you can feel when you don't drink enough water, right?
Yeah, it just makes you more alert, more with it.
Isolation and depression, that's always a problem.
Yeah, we're advising people to make good decisions, not to go out when it's too cold. But if you lose contact with other folks, you're spending too much time watching TV and not doing too much around the house, then you can become depressed. So if you have a senior in your life, a neighbor, a relative, a friend, you want to reach out to them, make sure they're doing okay, and make sure they're engaged. Even I have trouble figuring out what to do on the weekends when it's really cold and nasty out after 2 or 3 weeks of rain.
Right, exactly. We all do, yes.
It's important to plan an outing. He's walking around the mall, whatever it might be, but you want to get out and about and connect with people.
Those things you can kind of plan for, but this you can't. Power outages, they come, and emergencies. How do you get them prepared for that?
Well, you definitely want to have flashlights with fresh batteries in them. You want to keep your flashlight in the same place. Not a good idea to be looking for a flashlight when there's no lights around. You want to have extra water on hand, and most people always have a couple days worth of food on hand, and then blankets for sure.
All right, well, good deal. All great tips. We certainly appreciate you being here, and you can learn more information about Right at Home by logging on to WBTV.com. Look in the web extra section under the Home tab. Thanks for being here and sharing the important information. Anything else you want to add before you leave?
No, thank you for the opportunity.
All right, thank you. Brigida?